Hello everybody, Animation from Caitlin here, and today we are going to be talking about Dale Dimmadome, and more specifically, just how twisted his story really is. Because my god, guys, I think this video might actually need a trigger warning. Well, with that out of the way, let's get into Dale. He first made an appearance in Season 2, Episode 9, titled Nectar of the Odds. He's essentially a slave for Vicky, making lemonade for her business. And though, like a lot of other things in this show, the child abuse seems to be played off as a gag, or just another manner of conveying to the viewer, if this is the first time they've seen her, that Vicky is a health spawn for no reason whatsoever. Regardless of the intention, this does come back as an actual plot point at the end of the episode. Short episode, plot shorter, Timmy really wants to see Crash Nebula on ice but doesn't have enough money, so he's forced to make a lemonade stand. And of course the child is lazy, so magic gets involved and crap goes down. He learns his lesson at the end of the day but still has some lemonade left. And then Dale gets a proper introduction. Now that Vicky has been run off, he's finally able to free himself. We also learn that Vicky doesn't really take care of the kids down there. She kind of just throws them down there and lets them suffer, as evidenced by the child that's obviously emaciated in the background. Also by the fact that Dale himself says that he hasn't really drank anything in a while.
I gotta have something to drink.
Also, it might just be me, but it looks like drinking is almost painful for him, which from a medical standpoint is not okay. But like I said, magic lemonade, and he wishes that his father was there. And who else shows up but Doug Dimmadome himself? If that wasn't a shock enough, Doug proceeds to call Dale
My long-lost son, Dale Dimmadome.
he's referred to as long lost, which according to my research is a subjective term, but often it does refer to someone who has been missing for a few years. But even though Dale looks awful, it couldn't have been that long. Doug had to have been exaggerating to some extent. Surely that suffering couldn't have been more than a few months, right? Well, I doubt anybody cared until A New Wish came out. Because in it, Dale dropped a bombshell that made this whole thing so much worse.
Working in a factory underneath a lemonade stand for 7 years. That's 364 Saturdays.
You were down there for 7 years? What the hell, Vicky? What about the other kids? That one only looks like the same age as Timmy. I know you did not kidnap a 3-year-old. And what happens if one of them gets hurt or sick or dies? What are you gonna do then, Vicky? Just throw the body in the trash? Aren't you, like, afraid you're gonna get caught or something? Clearly, she is not taking care of these kids. Like, by any means. I guarantee at least one kid died down there. On top of that, considering the height difference, Dale is a teenager, meaning he's probably the same age, if not only a tiny bit younger than Vicky. That means this didn't kidnap Dale. This kidnapped Dale! Do you know how crazy this is? On top of this absolutely horrible fact, we learn that not only does she have zero remorse for her actions, but oh, she knows exactly who she kidnapped, which in a really creepy manner kind of makes it sound targeted. In A New Wish, we get full-on confirmation of this.
There's something familiar about that giant statue's face. Can't be. What is your last name?
Yes, I'm a Dimmadome.
Dale Dimmadome. Have you heard of him? Heard of him? I made him! He was the laziest worker in my lemonade stand! He had no work ethic before he met me.
Oh, she knows his first and last name. She recognizes his face. This lunatic knows exactly what she's done, and she's proud of it. But proud of what exactly? Child abuse? Making them suffer? Dale said he was down there for 7 years. And in that time, he was declared missing, so... Oh my god. Once they were placed down there, they didn't leave. The lemonade stand was only operational in the spring and summer, but they were locked in there all autumn and winter long. They couldn't get out. Dale and the other kids that were locked down there most likely just suffered, without much of any food, water, and I guarantee Vicky did not give them blankets during the cold seasons. And the worst part about this, the most disgusting part about this entire thing, she didn't care. She saw them as disposable. She saw them as dollar signs. Just another means to make her money. She saw nothing wrong with her crimes. Look at the way she looks at them. That proud smile. And when Dale is in visible pain, look at her. She's just annoyed. Only switching back to her proud smile once she gets what she wants out of them. And the unfortunate part about this entire thing is that those 7 years broke Dale to start thinking the exact same way.
Dale sees everyone as a dollar sign.
You've completed your primary function.
Free kids in the city. Success!
Not help kids, make money. The only thing I care about is finding the anomaly. You have a new program directive, Div.
Word, family.
No, keyword, business.
You want to make money, and yet you hurt potential consumers against their will.
Now, I don't want to say he's too far gone, but he's become exactly like, or at the very least, incredibly similar to the very thing that tortured him. The very person that made his life a living hell for 7 years.
Making me money is fun!
Make money.
It's heartbreaking and really sad to see, but that also means that Vicky's legacy has been carried on. She has done something so awful that it mentally broke one of her victims so severely that they ended out just like her. Dale Dimmadome spent most of his childhood suffering locked in a basement, trapped with at least 2 other children who we do not know the fate of. He was forced to work insanely hard to survive, so hard that it reprogrammed his brain. That's all he can do. Not to mention it left him with a fear of lemonade. Like, quite literally, his son is forbidden from drinking it.
As for lemonade, I never get to have a lemonade.
Yeah, no, you can't tell me this man is okay. Because he's definitely not. We all know he's not. So yeah, that's the tragic story of Dale Dimmadome. Perhaps we'll further get to explore his character if we get more seasons. But until then, if you want Dale angst, the community's got your back. And so has my Tumblr, considering that a lot of my pictures I've drawn recently have shown up in this video. I even read a story where he ate another child to survive down there in the Lemonade Dungeon. I don't know why I liked it. And yes, it may or may not be just as bad as you think it is. The Dale angst train is real over there if you want to check it out. But anyway, I think that about wraps it up for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay creative. Bye!